enjoy the good vibe. Smoke up in the green room, smoke your worries away. In the green room, we'll stay in the green room. If you wanna get high and you got the time, come hang with the hippie. Come enjoy the good vibe. Smoke up in the green room, smoke your worries away. In the green room we'll stay. In the green room.
This production is brought to you by DHBN, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records.
Welcome in, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. If you're just joining us, thank you to another rendition. Is that what we call it? A rendition? I don't know. Never makes any sense.
Edition.
Rendition?
Ed.
Who?
Edition.
Addition?
Edition. Yeah.
ED? Edition.
ED.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Another edition of Green Room. Another episode of the Green Room. I want to thank you all for being here. We appreciate and love you. Skunky, how you been, brah?
I've been good, man. Been pretty good. How about you?
And chilling.
Right on.
Living the dream.
That's better than not chilling.
Without the money or any of the good stuff in that dream. I'm still living.
Try a wet one.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a wet dream, no. Anyway.
They're cheaper.
That being a wet dream. All right, enough. We have a guest tonight, and this gentleman, I've been following him for, I have to say, at least a year. Hi, Carrie. Hi, T-Bro. How are you guys? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I've been following him for at least a year, and I like him. He wakes me up in the morning. He's got that jive. He's got that voice. I don't know. He's got some voice. It makes me, it's nice to hear in the morning. He's a Grateful Dead fan. He's a big Grateful Dead fan. I think that's how I started following him. I saw he's got the room. It's the Groovy Room with Michael Reardon. Everybody, can you please welcome Michael Reardon? Can you hear that?
Hey now.
Hey now, buddy. What's up? How are you, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm excited to chat with you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to know you. Like I said, I've been following you for a while. Hi, Jerry. How are you? Good to see you. You'll see I'll be shouting out chat stuff. There's people writing in the chat over here. So yeah, I'm excited to get to know you because I really don't know much about you. You know, like I know that every morning I wake up and it's your voice I hear first. It's like I turn on my Facebook or whatever it is that I'm on. And immediately I hear, "Hey now."
Hey, and you know what? That's what I do. It all started with,
and then you get me going, and
right.
I listen to you for a little bit, but then I got to get to work, you know. But you always get my day going, and I said, you know what? I want to get to know this guy. He's a groovy dude.
Right on.
And like I was saying in the back, we're both about the same age, so I want to know about your Grateful Dead experiences. Did you get to see Jerry?
I did. I got to see the band in '92 at the Richfield Coliseum in June, and it was amazing. Actually, I didn't have any Grateful Dead around me. I found them through the Touch of Grey video. Kind of dug them at that point.
Kind of me too.
Right.
I had no Dead in my life,
right.
and then MTV.
Right.
I was watching MTV and that fucking video was fucking killer. And I was like, that fucking video and that song is pretty fucking badass. And then I just started following them. And then I wasn't following them, but I looked into them. And looking into them was a lot different back when we were kids. You had to go to the library, go through the Rolodex.
Right.
Skunky kind of young over there. I don't know. You know what a Rolodex is over there, Skunky?
Hey, I do. But when I went, you had to go to the damn record store and find it.
Right. You had to go to the record store or 8-tracks when I was a kid.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, there were some 8-tracks in my house. I remember them faintly.
Absolutely. The
But,
Meatloaf 8-track was very popular growing up in my house.
yeah, I think I had one of them ones that looked like a time bomb. Remember the ones that looked like you had you push the handle down and it would blow up?
Right.
You put the 8-track on the side, right there on the side. And then you
Was
jam out
awesome.
to the Who. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the Grateful so let's start I got about a million questions, but first I want to congratulate our friend Jerry. Jerry, congratulations. I am a new grandma. Congratulations. First ultrasound was today. So happy.
Nice.
I need a
Yeah.
dabba-dabba-doo. I am with you. I just did a whole shitload of dabba-doos before the show so that I could be prepared for the great news that you were bringing. I'm so happy for you. I hope that makes you as happy as I think it does.
Right.
I know it does. All right, you ready? So I got some questions. It might be a little redundant because we might know each other or a little bit, and I might ask something that we've already talked on. So Mike, tell us who you are in your own words, man. Like
I am just a middle-aged deadhead traveling the multiverse.
what should people know about the Deadhead Daddy? Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, I'm just middle-aged, Grateful Dead, deadhead with ADHD, traveling the multiverse, and really just trying to figure life out.
Yeah,
Just
when did that start? In the 80s?
the deadhead thing, or trying to figure life out.
Yeah, it's kind of all the same thing, ain't it?
Right.
That's
Well,
why
like,
I blamed it on that. I don't know.
you know what, man? I never really ever claimed to have the real answers, but some guys, they hit a midlife crisis and they buy a fancy car and get a 20-year-old girlfriend. I just started messing with spirituality and digging in and trying to figure it out.
Are you a married man?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Now, do
Yes.
you have children? Are they Deadheads as well? My children both Grateful Dead fans. Yeah, baby. High
We
five.
have
I pulled it off. Both of them love the Grateful Dead.
6 of them.
6
kids,
Deadheads in the
because we're a
house.
blended family, and all 6 of them. My son, he likes the Grateful Dead, listens to them, and my daughter she's 17, and she's been in a John Mayer since she was like 5.
Yeah.
And so she's gone to Dead and Company shows and stuff.
I wasn't a big fan. I'm not gonna lie.
That's all right, man. It's not for everybody.
I was sitting on my front stoop. I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and a couple of the neighborhood ladies, we'll call them. We had different names for them back then than when we were kids, but we used that because it was derogatory, and I don't want to be derogatory. Excuse me. That being said, we were sitting on the front porch in my house, me and a couple of my girlfriends, and we were hanging out, listening to the Dead, or listening to the radio. I apologize. And all of a sudden, it came across the radio. And I cried like a baby. I was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. I had so many plans to go to so many more shows.
Right.
Hello,
yeah.
Melissa. How are you, sweetie? Good. Thank you for being here. Welcome in, everybody. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so.
Yeah.
Let us move on. I got another question. You ready?
Yep.
How did the whole your whole groovy thing start? What is the vibe, the vision, or is it just a beautiful accident? You're a groovy.
It was just, I wanted a place on Facebook and other social media that you just felt like you could hang out and get away from all the craziness of life, just good vibes and good music and things to make you laugh or to trip you out, whatever. And then out of that, I started doing daily affirmations every day for myself.
What I usually get is your affirmation. I think I get your morning affirmation, and then I go on with my day.
Right. And then I'm like, why not? If I'm doing that for me, why not just throw it out there and maybe it'll help some brothers and sisters out there struggling,
Absolutely.
That's it.
Take us back a bit. What kind of music were you raised on? How did the Grateful Dead work their way into your soul?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I mean, I always say that my parents did not sing lullabies. They played Beatles records. So the Beatles underlines everything. But then, I also dig Led Zeppelin. I dig Rush.
You're a classic rock guy.
I am a classic rock guy. And that's what I've listened to most of my life. But like we said earlier, 87, Touch of Grey popped up. I'd never heard of this band before, and they changed my life.
That's the only song that ever went top 40, right? I think that's the only song that ever made it into the top 40. Like I said, I'm not no aficionado. I don't know everything about them. I'm not a, that's not my life story. And I was not planning on being a DJ. I was a fat chef most of my life. I kind of walked into this whole game.
So you were just listening along on the radio and heard Touch of Grey, and that was
I saw it on MTV. Saw the video. Yeah,
on MTV back when we were kids. There was a thing called MTV. You're young. You're a young fella. And back then they played videos. And the first time I remember, I was sitting on my couch in the living room, and the sun was glaring through. We had a big bay window in the 80s, yeah. And the sun was glaring through on, and we had that big console TV that ran the whole length of the windowsill. And you had a stereo on top, you had your 8-track, you had the whole, and then the TV was down there, and you couldn't see it because the damn sun was coming through, and the dots and the dander was flying. You could see
the 80s.
And then the damn song came on, and the song came on, and I was just like,
I mean,
I think it was the Skeletons and the dog and the dog. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video. I wish I had it. I should have pulled it up before.
Most of the videos back then were like neon and girls with big hair dancing around, or
it was
heavy metal. It was like this super popular metal
and Poison and
Motley Crue, that kind of stuff.
Right. It was trying. They were trying to do the what they have Ricky Rocket doing or somebody doing Friday Night Fights, and they would have the battle of the bands on
but then this video comes on with, from our perspective as kids, these old dudes, and all of a sudden they're like skeletons, and like they're playing this really weird, groovy, laid back, fun music.
Yeah, it was Steve Martinez. Everybody say hello to Steve Martinez. He's going to be on the show very soon. He's a reggae singer and songwriter star. Big love to you, sir. I can't wait to have you on. We're talking Grateful Dead tonight, sir. You got any Grateful Dead over there, Steve? You know anything about the Dead? Go ahead. Go ahead, Skunky. I'm sorry.
What was your first take on a concert of the Grateful Dead when you saw them at, I believe you said Richfield?
Yeah, but the old Richfield Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio. Well, it was for the Deadheads out here. You'll get it. I'll explain it. But it was a miracle show. I got in for free, and I'm oversimplifying a really long story. But I got in for free, and then it turned out I had third row center on the floor tickets to see the Grateful Dead.
Oh my God!
And no one I knew ever knew anything about the Grateful Dead. I mean, I had a few albums at this point and everything, but I didn't really know the live thing.
That I need to know. But it's a miracle. So it was a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
You just somebody handed you the tickets. You just went to the show, and somebody was like, "Here."
Yeah, basically somebody was like, "Here."
Are you trying to scalp? I mean, that's. I
don't. No. I didn't know any of that. I mean, I'm only.
Yeah, we're the same
18
age.
at the time, something like that.
But we scalped back then. That's I got kicked out of two Grateful Dead shows because of bad tickets. Them sons of bitches.
Wow.
One of my shows, I could tell you, don't do this at home, kids. We're 18 and above. All right, so we were on the train.
Right.
Cali Coast in traffic, blazing one. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we're glad to have you here, Steve. All right, so I'm going to the Grateful Dead, and I lived on Long Island, so we had to go into the city, Madison Square Garden. So it's nice and easy. You jump on the train, boop, you hop right in. You get off the train, you go upstairs, and there's your concert.
No, not us. We had to sit in the lot and all that.
But the parking lot, which is usually the best time at a Grateful Dead show, is hanging out in the parking lot for hours or days or however long whatever.
Now you get a couple hours before the show, and you got to leave as soon as it's over.
But now you're walking around Madison Square Garden in a circle, and you got, everybody's like, you got to keep moving, or you're gonna get in trouble. So you keep walking. You lose a couple 100 pounds. But long story short, I'm on my train ride in, and my buddy and I have to get tickets but we decided to take our medicine. We'll call it medicine for a lack of better words.
Right.
Our acid. I'll call it acid, just in case anybody didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah. So we took our 4 hits each, and we went in. We took the train ride in. Well, I'll tell you what, they didn't work. By the time we got our 2-hour ride in, there was nothing happening.
Wow.
And then we get there and we're like, son of a bitch, we got robbed, man. That sucks. And we went over and we found somebody else who may or may not have been getting rid of some of that stuff as well. And we bought 8 more, 4 each, my buddy and I. Yeah. So then we took those 4. And then as soon as those they weren't even on my tongue long, and then all of a sudden, woohoo!
You were in the other dimension, weren't you?
Yes, I went to see the Grateful Dead.
Yes, you crossed another dimension. By the way, this is my dog. She wanted to say, this is Daisy.
Hi, Daisy. Very nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, she's wanted to say hi.
Well, I appreciate her. We have to run a commercial because I got to pay the bills. And then we do a 420 song. So we're going to celebrate 420. That's an opportunity for you to go run to the potty or do whatever you need to do while the song plays, because it's going to put us all down below. And then when we come back, we got a whole bunch of questions. And hey, there's our buddy Steve from Australia. Welcome in, Steve. Good to see you. Daisy girl.
Throw another shrimp on the bobby.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. Hang out and pay attention to this commercial. Please donate. These guys need help. They're doing great things. That being said, here it is. Oh no, I don't have it ready. Hold on.
Oops.
I had it ready and I forgot. It went away. There it is.
Yes, you do.
Every single day, 22 veterans take their own lives. Yesterday it happened. It'll happen again today and tomorrow, unless we do something. Operation HEAL is on a mission to stop the pain, the death, and the heartbreak through the only thing that has actually worked for PTSD and chronic pain: cannabis. For far too many of our heroes, healing isn't an option. They're stuck in illegal states, living on a salary of $1,700 a month or less, denied natural medicine by the VA and force-fed pills instead. That's where Operation HEAL comes in. Since 2023, they've built a nationwide underground network of cannabis caregivers and connections, getting veterans the plant medicine they need at zero cost when money's tight. Now they're going even bigger. VetStock is coming, a powerful event where veterans will come together to convert a school bus into a home for a fellow vet who sleeps on the streets every night. You can sign up for canna cooking classes, grab some awesome merch, and make a donation that directly saves lives. Go to Operation HEAL, HEEL, and click to help our vets, to get involved and help us bring plant healing to those who fought for us. This is for the people, by the people. No red tape, no politics, just action. Because the government hasn't just abandoned our vets, they've abandoned all of us. Operation HEAL. We don't stop until they stop dying. Join the movement. Donate, share, and heal.
State Beat Studio.
Hello, my name is Rich Regal, and we just legalized marijuana in the great state of Ohio, and I figure why not write a song to that beautiful plant. I'm looking for the light, just wanna get high, so high, and my mouth is so damn dry, 'cause I'm high as the sky, so high, and I'm looking for the light, just wanna get high, one up and pass it all around. All Zaza in my roll up, yeah, we ain't never smoking brown. Pack of gummies in my mouth, I ain't never coming down. Trying to get so damn high that I can never touch the ground. And we do it like this, no seeds, no sticks. Boogie over there lighting up another damn split. So I grab it on up and put it to my lips like this. I'm looking for the light, just wanna get high. So
Where's your mama?
and my mouth is so damn dry, 'cause I'm high as the sky. So high, and I'm looking for the light, just wanna get high. So high, I'm high.
Don't do drugs, kids.
No. What the hell?
Don't do it.
Why are we not up?
There we are.
I'm
We
like,
just
what the
leave.
hell? What the hell?
We're just wee little fellas over here now.
Yeah, let me fix that.
Teeny tiny.
There we go. Sorry.
All right.
I don't know what the hell happened there. Anyway, we're back. Welcome in, Sean. I see you over there. Steve, how are you? Thank you for being here. Still, let me know when you find out about Australia voting on weed. I was waiting to hear on that. I'm excited for you. I heard Pennsylvania turned it down again at the Senate, so we got shit on again over here in Pennsylvania. That being said, welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Mike, you ready? I'm going to move on to some of the main, more strange questions.
All
What's
right.
the
Let's do
strangest
it.
place you ever listened to the Grateful Dead?
What is the what?
Strangest place you've ever listened to the Grateful Dead?
My head.
Yeah, that's pretty strange.
Nice.
Describe your perfect groovy room vibe. What's playing? What's on the walls? And who's there?
Well, I got a groovy room, so there's going to be some Dead playing. There's going to be some cool Dead posters, some Billy Strings posters, tapestries, lots of groovy lights flowing through the room, through the smoky haze. And I'm going to have all my best buddies around. Next time you guys are in Ohio, you should stop in.
Yeah, I might be going there in September, actually. So
I'm not going back.
Nice.
you're not going back, Skunky. You left there and you're not going back. You got a brother up
That's
there.
kind
You
of
might
the
have
name of
to go back
the
someday.
Same distance.
Anyway,
Hey.
moving on. Just,
enough.
have you ever followed the Dead on tour? Got any wild road trip stories?
Nope, just that one, man. I never got the chance to follow him on the road. I was too responsible, unfortunately. I guess I just
You
didn't
only
do it.
got to see them the one time.
Right, only the one time.
Oh my goodness, sir!
But it was
Let me
amazing.
tell you.
Changed my life.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
It definitely can. My first one was amazing. I seen them 8 times, but
Nice.
like technically 6 because 2 of them I got kicked out of. One I got kicked out before I even got in. That was the one we were talking about before our break, where I may or may not have been on 8 hits of acid. We do not recommend that here at WTHC. That was when I was a bad chicken. Now we just touch the green. We only play with the green stuff. That being said, going on, we ended up buying scalped tickets, fake tickets, and I got in like a dumbass, and dude that bought one with me got kicked out, and me like a dumbass because I'm all tripping on my balls over here. I said, "Hey, how the hell you kick him out? You just let me in. I got the exact same ticket, you dumbass." And they said, "Oh, you do, dumbass?" Whoop, and they threw me down the stairs, and that was a bad night. Yeah, that one wasn't a good night. That turned
At
into a
least you
bad.
stuck with
Hi,
your
Spear, how
homeboy.
are you,
You know?
buddy? Yeah, it was still got the trip out. That was a good time, and I got to ride the train home by myself because everybody was on the trains going that way, and I was the only one going backwards on the way home because it was so early. Yeah, it sucked. That was a sucky night. And then there was another night where I got to about the 14th row on the floor from the last row in the stadium, and I was on a bunch of mushrooms maybe this time. And I said, I can't stay here, man. I need to be closer to Jerry, bro. I'm tired of sitting all the way back here. I want to be closer. And I'm a big guy, and my friends were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Follow me." And I just was on a rampage. Whoop, jumped over the wall. Next thing I know, they're following me. We're running. We got all the way down, and then all of a sudden the lights came on. And it was, and we weren't even, I didn't even hear the first half of the show because I was going from the last row in the stadium, and we were on the floor by the time the halftime came.
Wow.
And then we found 3 seats, and we sat, and we had 4 of us, and my buddy had a girl. We had a girl with us. She ended up sitting on the lap, and we kind of just sat there playing it off like we were cool. And then all of a sudden the lights went back on. I mean, back off. And then I took off, and we went again, and we got to that metal barrier between the front half of the back floor and the front half of the floor where the
Nice.
And we got to that barrier, which I would say was probably 25 rows, maybe 20 rows away from front row. And I went through, and I was going, and my buddy was right next to me, and all of a sudden I seen him go backwards, and I was like,
Wow.
fuck. And I just kept going. I'm like, no, not me. I'm okay. And then it didn't go well. I got caught. And then him and we got thrown out, but our 2 other friends, Rob and shout out to Rob and Laureen, they were still in there, and we got kicked out. They take us out through the bottom of Madison Square Garden. So we're walking through, and all of a sudden there's the gold. We're big Ranger fans, and we're in New York.
Right.
Good day over here. So anyway, we see the goalie nets for the hockey, and where my buddy Steve runs and slides head first into the goalie net. And he's like, I scored, and the Rangers goal. It was a great night, and then we walked around the outside of Madison Square Garden for like 4 hours. It felt like 4 hours. It may have been less, but trying to get in any door we could get in. The cops kept saying, you're not getting back in. And then we were standing in front of one of the last doors. We were like, this is the door we got kicked out of. We've walked around the garden now 5 or 6 times trying to get back in. We said, please, dude, just let us back in. They said, we're never letting you back in. Just knock it off. And all of a sudden the door opened, and boop, boop, there came Rob and Laurie. And they got kicked out too, right in front of us. And we were like, all right, let's go home. And that was
we're all together again.
See, that was go home again now. We missed that show. All right.
That was kind of the cool thing about Richfield, though, because, being on the floor, you could look up to the other levels and see the hallways. And the security must be way more lax at the old Richfield, because you would look out, every seat would be full, and you'd look out those doors, and there was a constant flow of deadheads, every level, walking around, in the job.
I don't think they cared. I don't think they cared. That was what was great about them. That was great about the Grateful Dead. Like, I could play them today and not get in trouble for it because they didn't put any copyrights on any of their music, because anybody can play. They want everybody to experience them.
They wanted everybody to love, just get the music. That's what it was all about, man.
Yeah. Let's play the one that we fell in love with.
Touch of Grey.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most popular one. Everybody knew it because it was like I said, it was like the only one that made it to the top 40 out of all of the Grateful Dead. And there's how many songs you think they got?
Hundreds.
500. I don't know.
3 million.
I don't think I've ever heard them all. Every time
if you're in the right space,
another rendition of this one and another 7 hours of this one. Like,
that's all right, though.
Yeah, I don't hate it. That's for sure. All right, here's the Grateful Dead with Touch of Grey, everybody. Woo! If you want to dance, feel free to dance.
Must be getting ugly. Draw the curtains, I don't care, 'cause it's alright. I will get by. I will get by.
I'm glad.
Oh, beautiful.
I will survive.
Jerry says she's dancing over there too. There you go.
I see you got your list out. Say your piece and get out. Yes, I get the gist of it, but it's alright. Sorry that you feel that way. The only thing there is to say, every silver lining's got a touch of gray. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. It's a lesson to me. The eagles and the beggars and the seas. The ABCs we all must face. Try to keep a little grace.
Wait on. We can't play the whole thing. We'll never get done. We don't have to play the whole thing. We can't play the whole thing. That would be here all day. That's the 12-minute version. I forgot.
Of course, I don't mind that, but I know not everybody's a deadhead.
All day, yeah. But no, yeah. But I mean, everybody's a deadhead when you hear that song. You gotta love that song. It's a great song. They have so many great songs. What's your favorite? Is that your favorite?
That changes. That's an answer that changes all the time. I would say right now, I'm probably really into Deal right now.
Yeah,
Their song, yeah, that's a good tune too. So
I'm a big fan of Uncle John's band. I've always been a big fan
tune.
of that. I love Eyes of the World. But I'm looking at a list.
Right.
So it's a lot easier for me. Box of Rain has always been a favorite of mine. Bertha. Go on. I'll see. I just saw that one. I'll see. Truckin', of course. U.S. Blues. There's so many. So Jack Straw. Oh my goodness, we could go on forever.
Right.
Anyway, let me get back to the questions. So, and I want people to know where they can find you and stuff. So, if you could bring back one venue the Dead played at, where would you go? Where would you like to have seen them?
I'm gonna stick with the Richfield Coliseum. People don't even know how great that venue was. It sounded so amazing. They only got rid of it because they wanted everything downtown so that the city could get the money for all the sports teams and all that instead of being out in Richfield.
I saw ACDC there.
You saw what, Skunky? I'm sorry.
ACDC there at Richfield.
Oh, nice. I never had ACDC.
Yeah.
My mom wouldn't let me go.
I saw Eric Clapton there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who else did I see there? Maybe Motley Crue, maybe. Quite a few good shows there. Quite a few.
The Richfield Coliseum.
That's where they were all at back in the day.
That's right. That was the place, man.
Yep.
You got any memorabilia?
Grateful Dead memorabilia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've got books. I got magazines.
The grooviest piece. I had a house fire. I lost a lot of my shit from when I went to all the shows, but I've little by little been building up a new pile. If you look over there, if you look back there in the corner, you can see Jerry standing up, my stuffed Jerry doll.
Nice.
Over there. And then his turtle friend is down there. You see the turtle down there.
I got this little guy. I showed him earlier. My Jerry Pop. And yes, he's out of the box because that thing's going to the grave with me.
Yeah. I got
Like
my terrapin turtle.
Oh, I love that. Here I got this guy. Little dancing bear to say hi to everybody.
Yeah, I got Jerry.
In the couch.
I'm gonna make him into a puppet. No, I'm not.
That'd be cool to have a Jerry puppet, though.
Would be. But, and I have my bear too.
Nice.
They had names, didn't they, at one point?
Yeah, I think the one I showed you is. Oh, I don't remember. I think its name is still on it somewhere.
I don't know. I had all my ticket stubs from back in the day. I had a Grateful Dead bottle of wine. I had and a lot of stuff that got ruined. Pictures.
Have you tried the new Grateful Dead beer?
Have you tried the Grateful Dead strain of weed?
No, I have not.
I tried Cherry Garcia.
I love Cherry Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
yeah, that's the new beer? Yep, very good.
Is that a land shark on there as well?
It's a Dogfish Head.
Oh, Dogfish.
But it's a really good granola infused juicy IPA. I recommend it. I'm not being sponsored by them at all.
Yeah, I'm not much of a drinker anymore. I'm more of a medicine kind of guy.
Yeah, I get it. I don't really drink that much either, but it came out and I had to try it.
Of course. They have 3, hybrid indica and a sativa, all Jerry Garcia strains of weed in my dispensary. I just haven't picked them up yet because
I heard I didn't know if the Grateful Dead had any specifically, but I knew Jerry did.
Yeah, it might be Jerry. It might be Jerry, not Grateful Dead overall. It might be a Jerry thing. But,
the Jerry organization. So
a lot of these questions are mute to me here because you've only been to the one show. What's one Dead song that's underrated? What do you have a Dead song that you think's underrated?
Man, I got to think for a minute. It's one of the Donna Jean songs. Everybody gives her such a hard time, and I'm a big 70s era Deadhead. I can't think of the name right now. So any song Donna Jean sang lead on, that would be my answer.
Yeah, so, I agree. So you let me see here.
I can make up answers. You can just ask me them anyways. I'll just make something up.
All right. Let me ask you.
Go ahead, Skunky.
If, say, you were partaking in a little of your medicine, I don't know if you do or don't, and had to go on a road trip, what would be the first 3 Grateful Dead songs you'd play?
Trucking.
Okay.
Going down the road feeling bad. Yep. And Cold Rain and Snow.
Oh,
nice.
Right.
I don't know about that. There's some other ones that I would put there.
I mean, Trucking is a given. I mean, that's a good one.
Alabama Getaway. That's another great one. I love Alabama Getaway.
Alabama Getaway is a great one.
Yeah, Scarlet Begonias, Sugar Magnolias,
Golden Road to Unlimited Devotion,
Fire on the Mountain,
right?
Shakedown Street. I'm just going through the list again.
Go for it. Terrapin Station, all of it.
Begonias, Touch of Gray, and Fire on the Mountains for 40 minutes. You want to listen to that? We could finish up the show with a 40-minute.
Might not even have to drive that far. Well, by with one song, bro.
Yeah, you can make some trips with just one Grateful Dead song. That's
absolutely.
If you're going less than an hour, there's a good chance you can find a song that'll cover the whole trip.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah, and that's what's great about them is that one song just led into the next. You never even knew. You were just jamming, man, just the best
and like
ever.
The young kids nowadays, they don't understand. The Grateful Dead toured consistently, constantly for 30 years and never once duplicated a set list. It's always different every time.
Night after night after night after night after night after night after. My God. Oh, Yeah. It was a very sad day when he passed. He should still be alive today, right? He would still only be in his 80s, probably, right?
I don't know though. Jerry never really took that great care of himself, especially there at the end. I don't even know if he hadn't then, if he'd still be kicking here in 2025. But I'd like to think he would be.
What year did he die? 96, right?
95.
85.
It's almost the 30th anniversary. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
30th anniversary of his death is this August.
Yeah.
But that's all right. We'll celebrate it. We're not going to mourn him. We're going to celebrate it. Have a
It's sad that it's
have a
been 30
wait.
years since he died. I'm fucking old.
You and me both, brother.
God. I remember going to that show just recently. I feel like it was just a couple weeks ago.
30 years, man.
That was probably the ass.
30 years in a couple of weeks, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
A couple of weeks.
the acid flashbacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Groovy Room had a theme song. If it had a theme song, what would it be? I would assume something Grateful Deadish.
Well, I mean, I've never been asked that before. I got to think for a minute.
No, tell us about the Groovy Room. So are you on for hours?
No, I really actually the only video that I do normally is just that affirmation video, and then I just post a whole bunch of stuff.
And then
I would love to do.
Is it a group? Is it a group? Like, do you have members and do you have people that hang with you every day, or do you?
It's just a regular Facebook group. I mean, I know I have friends that are part of that Facebook group, and sometimes they come and hang out in the Groovy Room. It is a physical place. I mean, it really is. It's too hard to show you on here, but like I said, you can kind of see some of it in the background.
Yeah, well, like this is the hippie
kind of like
hideaway.
this.
Yeah, like this is the hippie hideaway. It's my little
Right.
hideaway.
So that's all it is. And like I said, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on all that stuff, and it's mostly the affirmation video is like the beginning of each day, but I'll throw on songs, I'll put in rock and roll trivia, or just some spirally psychedelic picture that hopefully you're enjoying while you're medicating, whatever. Just so there's some good vibes out there,
Absolutely. Everybody needs to have some good vibes, especially nowadays. Crying out loud.
Exactly.
What's your most played vinyl record, Dead or Not?
My most played vinyl record is going to be Let It Be by the Beatles.
Really?
Yes.
Workman's Dead over here. Workman's Dead. It's got to be the Grateful Dead. Dead or Not, it said. You could have went with the Grateful Dead.
Nope, I went with the Beatles. It really is.
I get it. I get it.
Right.
If the Groovy Room became a cartoon, what kind of wild adventures would you go on?
We would get chased around by skunky monsters, and
I knew you were a monster.
and we would have to stop all the crazy bad vibe monsters with good vibes, positive energy, and Grateful Dead music. It'd be like Scooby-Doo.
Grateful Dead stop people before they're like, "Oh, no, not the Grateful Dead. I'm out of here."
It would be like Scooby-Doo, only we'd be a little more obvious about why all the cloud was rolling out the back of the van.
We'd be in a legal state. Right.
Colorado. We'll be in Colorado.
Let's call it Skunky Doo.
Well, Ohio's legal now. You just got really fucked up prices and sizes and weights and all sorts of other fucked up shit.
Yeah.
we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, we're not going to.
They voted that. So
what?
What
they voted on was that.
Yeah, well, that's what Skunky
all
stuck.
What
voted for
and measurements and
whatever. That's the when it all comes down to it, that's what they voted for. So
yeah,
should have done more research if they were unhappy with what they got. Instead of rushing into it, like us over here in Pennsylvania, who have done absolutely nothing. Nothing.
They're not rushing into it, bro.
Yeah, they're taking their sweet ass time.
Right.
Going over to Jersey and Pennsylvania.
They want to make sure they get it right. Don't say that. That's illegal.
Anyway. What would your hippie puppet version look like on our show? What would you make your hippie puppet look like?
He would be a bat because I love bats, and his name would be Bobby Weird.
Bobby Weird. I have a weird
And he'd have a little tie-dye shirt on, and he would kind of probably wound up sounding a lot like Tommy Chong. Probably.
Yeah,
I love
man.
dude.
I love Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
I was just listening to one of their old 70s concerts the other day and laughing my ass off. The classics.
Yeah, we could listen to them forever. What's one thing that would what's one thing the world could learn from Deadheads?
Just we're all one family. Just get along. Look over all the little things and the little differences and focus on what we have in common and just love each other.
Right. That's
Right?
the whole hippie way, right?
Right?
Man.
That's it, man. Just
Yeah.
screw it. Don't shave
Screw
your
it.
legs. Grow hair
Right.
under your arms.
Ain't no time to hate, man. Ain't no time to hate.
Right. I'm a hating motherfucker ever since I got married. I'll tell you what. That bitch made me angry. Anyway, finish this sentence. No matter how weird life gets, I always find peace in
The Grateful Dead.
groovy room.
The groovy room.
Grateful Dead in the groovy room. I'll accept both.
Hey, now I want to.
You finish that answer. Hold on, I got to get the old timer over here. That
Right.
Go ahead, Skranky. I called you Skranky.
Skranky.
Go ahead,
Go ahead
Cranky.
and what?
Finish this sentence. No matter how weird life gets, I will always find peace in
Music.
music. Oh, that was.
Yeah.
I will find peace in my grave.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I had a rough
Probably
one.
true though.
That'll be the first time I will have peace and quiet in a long, long time.
Right.
What would you say is the message or the mission behind what you do in your content?
It's basically just to send out some good vibes, some positive energy in a world that needs it, and let people know you can be happy in all this nonsense. You can be. You just got to make that choice.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I agree 1,000%. 1,000%. For those just discovering you tonight, how would you describe the Groovy Room community? Is there a community? You said there's a small community, right? You got a couple.
It is a place where everybody is welcome. Just come out, hang out, not worry about the stress of what's going on in politics and stuff like that, and just be cool with each other. That's it. You know, I even delete political posts because I'm like, this isn't the place. You stand up for what you believe in, absolutely, but not here. The here is just to get along.
Right.
I've been
We don't
trying
need that.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Hi, Melissa. How are you, sweetie? Thank you for coming back. What's something about you people wouldn't expect just by looking at you or your page?
I'm also a big Lady Gaga fan.
You just said that out loud.
I did. I am a proud Lady Gaga fan. I have no shame in my Lady Gaga fandom. None.
Bruh, it's getting out of hand.
Now you're out of control.
It could be the medicine talking, but I'm just saying.
Whole rep. You just ruined your whole rep. You were groovy and cool. No, I'm just kidding. I like Lady Gaga when she's not on.
Right.
She's not for everyone.
No,
She's not
I'm
for
just
everyone.
very talented. I'm a DJ. I have to say that. They pay me to say that. She's very talented. She's a very talented singer, songwriter, actress.
Okay.
Put in there. I'm what the hell is this chick reading? I can't spell. So what does that say? I'm Ripitalian and proud extraterrestrial. Okay, thank you. We get the weird ones here, I'll tell you, Deadhead Daddy.
Yeah.
What made you
Jesus,
say yes to
Deadhead.
coming on the show tonight? What do you want people to walk away with after this?
Well, I was honored to be asked, and I do really like WTHC. And something you should take away from this is that anybody watching this, anybody listening, however you're taking it in, you are a badass. You have way much more power in yourself, inside yourself, than you are aware of. Just walking it. That's it.
And listen
Live
to
it.
more Grateful Dead.
And listen to more Grateful Dead.
Everybody
Yes,
should
absolutely.
On
get 'em.
WTHC radio.
good.
On WTHC, yes.
Radio, yes.
About
24
covered that,
hours
didn't
a
we?
day on live, 365, and we are what else? You love WTHX. Nice. That's very nice of you to support us like that. Melissa, come on, you're making me cry. She's a whole different radio station. I love WTHX.
Yeah, that's a typo.
It
That's
was a typo.
autocorrect.
It was a typo.
That's that Texas
Right.
station over there.
That's all it was.
Hey, Melissa, you're over there in Tornado Alley. You all right over there? I heard there was more bad storms again in Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay, Melissa. Doing good. Safe.
Yeah, well, she's a reptilian, extraterritorial. I don't think she's doing very well. And she loves WTHX.
Right.
Probably left and got mad at me because I pulled her out on
I
that.
think she's a reptilian or whatever you said.
Mike, I want to thank you so much for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Had a
I'm glad to
blast,
be
bud.
here.
Get it. She's
Right
alive.
on.
Good. She's
Yeah.
alive. That's good to see you're alive. I'm glad. Jerry, we love you. Everybody that stopped in, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Mike, I'm a big fan. I listen to your affirmations every morning. You
Great.
need to tune in to WTHC on Live 365 and tune in, hang out, listen to us. And we have a Discord. You should join us back there sometime.
All right.
All right.
Sounds great, man. Thanks
appreciate
again
you
for
coming
having me,
by.
guys. It was awesome.
Absolutely. Well,
Thank you, man.
Good getting to know you.
Yeah. Had a blast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Peace. Till next. Oh, we have a show this Friday. We have Carrie Glenn coming on. She's a new singer and songwriter, up and coming singer and songwriter. And she has a song called PTSD, which is pretty freaking good. I love it. And then on Saturday, we have Young Native is coming back, and he's bringing some of his Alaskan, I don't know, I don't want to mispronounce it, his art that they do. That what is it called, buddy?
Cultural. That's what I call it.
Cultural art, I guess you would
Yeah.
call it of some sort. Where he from the Alaskan, he's a native Alaskan, and they do art, and you'll see there's posts all over the place. I've been posting all day. Check them
That's
out. Some
cool.
of the beautiful art.
That's
He's gonna be-
gorgeous that you've been.
you might have seen it already today, Mike,
Yep.
because I'm posting it today. Yeah, he's going to be selling
Gorgeous.
some of that stuff that night on Saturday night too. So bring your wallets if you're interested in some of that stuff. He might be selling some. And that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. Oh, I missed the chats. We love you too, Melissa. Had a blast, Jerry. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Mike, again for being here and for being a part of it.
Yep.
Peace, hippie hugs, and a whole shitload of nugs to everybody. Peace.
Say great.
Smoke up in the green room. Smoke your worries away. In the green room we'll stay. In the green room. Smoke up in the green room. Smoke your worries away. In the green room we'll stay. In the green